$1 million. That's a lot of money. In sports collectibles, we've seen a lot of items cross the $1 million mark lately, and we want to know what's going to be next. What is the next $1 million item? What is the next player who's going to have a $1 million item, I should say. But before we get into that, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button. If you want this content every week, you've got to subscribe. Also, go ahead and like it. And I want to hear from you. What's the next $1 million player in sports? What's the next player that will have $1 million item? Krupa, we're going to start with you, Ryan.
Money speaks money, babe.
I know,
Let's go.
Got a few.
Ken Goldin
What's the
Super
next
Fractor.
one?
I have two guys. So the first one, I'm going to go based off of cards. That's what I'm going to base this off of. Because Tiger Woods has entered the $1 million club in memorabilia. However, I'm going strictly cards. And I think at the end of the day, I've talked about this before, the true GOATs of every sport. There's one true GOAT of every sport, I believe, personally. And Tiger Woods is far and above, the GOAT of golf. There's just no questions asked. That is a fact. And at the end of the day, he's coming towards the end of his career. People are starting to appreciate him. We almost lost him in the car accident not too long ago, and you kind of saw a spike in his prices because people then realized, like, oh crap, he might be gone. But I think now, when you're coming to the end of the career, and it's about time where, he's going to retire, announces whenever his maybe last tournament may be, I think people then going to look back on that career and be like, this is something we will never see again. And that's when people are going to be diving in and telling their kids' stories about how great this guy once was. And I think that nostalgia is going to drive his prices to that $1 million club. So I think
what's the card that gets you there?
The SP Authentic Gold. It definitely is. There's no question about it.
The next $1 million item is a card that is recently most
I don't
high.
care about recently.
$400,000 change.
I think it did 600 at one point.
600?
Yeah,
okay.
but I think that's the next one. But I'm actually going to do one more.
Okay, you got two.
Last one I'm going to throw out there, Kevin Durant. I think that's a big take because his cards have never been that strong. His values have never been to the level of other players. But if you look at it, Steph Curry has entered that club. LeBron has entered that club. Giannis has entered that club. Even Anthony Davis has entered that club. How is Kevin Durant not entering that club?
All Golden sales.
All Golden sales, by the way. But how are you going to tell me those guys are there and KD won't be there one day? I think there's no shot he'll be a $1 million club.
You think there's a shot?
Yes. No question.
Yeah.
He's being $1 million.
I like both those. Not to just keep harping on it, but with Tiger, we've seen Jordan, we've seen Gretzky, we've seen Babe Ruth.
Yep.
I mean, he is in that kind of mythical GOAT category. And yeah, KD, I totally agree. I mean,
makes
come
no
on.
sense. It makes no sense.
He's got a couple Finals MVPs. He's climbed up the scoring list. He should get there.
It's interesting. Let's let Carlo go first.
Oh, Dave's gonna say the last one.
He might even say what I'm gonna say because I think I'm right. But Carlo, what's the next player who's gonna have $1 million sale?
I mean, I think logically, I'm going to go with Joe Burrow, and the reason is, I mean, once again, it's logically speaking. So his shield gets pulled, right? His National Treasure shield gets pulled, getting redeemed. So we just sell a Herbert card for 1.8 mil. The same week, his Black Prism sells for 1.1. So now Herbert has 2 7-figure sales. What's the difference between Burrow and Herbert? Burrow's been in the Super Bowl. Herbert hasn't been in the playoffs. So why shouldn't Burrow's shield also sell for $1 million? It's just logical. And why shouldn't that sell for $1 million ASAP?
Like now.
Well, now.
Yeah,
why shouldn't that be the next 7-figure card? That shield's getting redeemed. If that goes to Goldin, why shouldn't that be another 7-figure sale? Based off the fact that Herbert does 1.8 and 1.1.
I think that makes total sense.
Dave has nothing to say.
Look, it's possible. Personally, it's not Tiger. It's not Burrow.
It's crazy.
It's not Aaron Judge.
Oh, no kidding.
It's not Jeter. It's not Griffey Jr. The next $1 million player is Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson. Okay. The guy's going to come out hot. His cards are going to start hitting the market. We're going to see the 1/1 Prism soon, probably. We're going to see potentially the logo man that was pulled. If those come out and he's hot, we're going to see $1 million card before the end of this year. Before the end of 2022, we will see a Zion Williamson $1 million sale. I'm going bold right there, baby. Woo!
Interesting.
That's it?
Yeah, it's what's funny about so many of these guys we mentioned, Luka, Herbert. A lot of it is based on things that haven't happened yet, expectations. When I was thinking about this, I haven't seen a 7-figure like Willie Mays sell, Ted Williams. Like,
I was thinking of
It's
that, like
crazy.
Clemente. I don't know if he had.
It's
he
close.
might,
No,
he
didn't
might
we sell
not.
one for was 1.1 to 900K? Anyway,
Well, Jackie Robinson crossed the
I could have
million a
sworn
few
we
times.
we did a Clemente rookie that was right there. But I look at like Willie Mays, and you can make a case he's a best. He was 24-time All-Star. He's the best
He's
baseball
the
player
top
of all
5
time.
of all time. Yeah, easily. Yeah, I think a vintage card,
Right.
maybe in a high grade that
Exactly.
hasn't come out in a while, could do it. But I mean, look, we were talking about guys, you and I, who have been in the league for a few years
Crazy.
here. You're thinking $1 million. We've seen $1 million
That's what I
sales, like
mean.
you said. The Justin Herbert cards, 2 of them recently
Right.
went for over $1 million. This is a guy who hasn't won a Super Bowl, hasn't been to the Super Bowl. So I think guys, they want to prospect, and I mean, look, Tiger's a good option. I certainly think so, but we won't know. Guys, why don't you tell us what you think the next $1 million player is? Who's going to come out with the next $1 million item? I'd love to hear from you guys. Man, those are some pretty awesome ideas. Groups, what do you got?
Before you end it, though, who do you think happens first of all the ones we just said?
Like I said,
I
if
almost
Burrow
think
gets
his is
redeemed and
first.
goes to auction,
I think his is first.
if Burrow hits the October Goldin Elite,
Yeah, I could.
Why would that not be a $1 million
card?
card?
The next thing, because I do see Zion.
If it gets
I
familiar.
see your side of it, because if he comes out hot, people are going to forget about what has happened. There's no question about it. People are going to be all back on that train. They're going to excite all over again. But it's going to take a little while.
Yeah, but not only that, with the Zion thing, if you guys remember, that was like the bounty. Remember, 500K
Oh, yeah,
bounty.
Chase,
So,
everything. Of course, yeah, of course.
that was the biggest card, obviously, of the year. And a lot of times, it gets kind of that mythical status. And when there's bounties on cards immediately, and then it finally comes to Goldin, I'm with Dave. I could see a
But I just
seven-figure
don't
sell
think
there.
10 games is going to do it. Like, he's got to
I don't
show
know,
he can
man.
stay healthy.
It may or may
know.
not. I mean,
I
we've
think.
seen crazier things. I
Herbert
can say
hasn't
that
made the playoffs yet. He's had 2 already.
Right,
So.
and I might know where the Logo Man stands. So if you guys are interested in purchasing the Logo Man, let me know. We can make $1 million deal here. That's right. Guys, don't forget, submit your raw cards with grading with Goldin, right? And also, tune in here every week. We want to hear from you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.